Hey, I'm RT and welcome back to RTsWorld. So today I'm gonna show you how to build this very fancy and very fast furnace array you see in the background. And to give you a short summary on how about this video is going to be structured, first of all I will give you a short overview about the redstone tech behind it, how everything works, why you want to build such a furnace array and for which player type it is suitable. And then I will give you a block-by-block tutorial on how to build this furnace array, and yeah, so let's get right into it. First of all, you have here the input chest where all your smelted stuff will be collected. And here's the furnace array, and I have here, just for an example, the two blast furnaces besides the other furnaces, just to show you that it's not limited to the normal furnace only. You can use the blast furnace, the smoker, whatever you want if you want to only process food or ores. But in this case I will go with the standard variation, which is the type with the furnaces, so you can smelt everything with it. And then we have here two input chests, one is for the fuel and the other chest is for your stuff that has to be smelted. And basically this is for players who have a lot of stuff to smelt, but don't want to waste fuel stuck up in their hopper lines. So basically this array distributes all the fuel and all the smeltable stuff across all furnaces, and I will just give you a short example. If I throw in here one stack of coal, usually it would end up in this furnace only, but thanks to our smart dividing and splitting system, every single furnace will receive one coal item. So now it's here, and as you can see here, this one is empty so far, but it will get filled afterwards after some ticks. So we have here 3 coal now in, and basically what it does is it just distributes all the items across all furnaces without the use of minecart, so it's very server friendly. If you want to build it in survival, you could also use rails with minecarts on top which just go left and right. But I prefer this variant because first of all it's silent, you don't have any moving parts in it, and it's also very server friendly, so you don't have to be afraid that you waste any server resources. And here's also the fancier version for the thumbnail, basically, which also has a lamp for the inventory of the fuel. So if you run out of coal, for example, it will turn off, and it will show us that we have to refill the coal, or any type of fuel. You can also use bamboo or I don't know, just wood, whatever you want. And as I showed here a little bit better compared to the just Technic array here, is you can have multiple input chests, of course, so you can just hook up any hopper line to this fuel line. You can hook up any hopper line to this sand line and just put as many chests in series as you like. So for example, as I put in here just put in 3 stacks of gold ore and want to smelt them to gold ingots. And as you can see here in this chest, so now we don't have any gold in here. So I will show you the speed of this furnace array. So yeah, sometimes one of them doesn't lit up properly, but that's okay. It will get lit up afterwards or later. And just to show you the processing power, as you can see here, now the items start to fill in the chest. We just work in batches here, so you get 15 at a time usually, if the middle furnace is starting to work properly. And yeah, so now we should end up with 30. With 28, sorry, 14 times 2. And yeah, that's how it works. It's basically very fast if you want to smelt a lot of items, and now I will show you block by block how to build it. So the first thing we want to start with is a double chest. We just put it on the floor, and then we go with the hoppers two hoppers facing into the chest backwards, one sideways, one on top, and then 2 facing into this hopper on top. And there we can start our furnace array. And from there on we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, because that's how far redstone signals reach. And yeah, that's why we use 15 furnaces, so it's easier. So now we just hook up a lot of hoppers to those furnaces by placing them below them. So every item which is smelted now will get sucked up by the hopper line and end up in our output chest. So the next thing we want to do is place in the lines for the fuel. so for your coal or your bamboo or whatever. So we place hoppers facing into each of those furnaces, and then we want to make a hopper line where the last hopper, this is the last furnace in our array, is facing downwards, and all the other ones are facing into this downward facing hopper. So basically you should end up with this configuration. All the hoppers below are facing into the furnace, all the hoppers above are facing sideways, except for the last one, it's okay that it faces downwards. Then we will add the input for our items, so just place a hopper on top of every furnace and then repeat this line on top. So the last hopper is again facing into the other hopper, and then just sidewards facing hoppers. So now we extend the upper line by 2 hoppers and the lower line by 1 hopper. And that's basically where we put in our fuel and smeltable stuff line. So we just place a chest here, and we place the second chest here. So like this. And what you want to do now is grab some building blocks. I just go for white wool now. If you want to make it a fancy furnace array, these blocks are visible, which we place in right now. So you can use some fancy blocks too, so like quartz. But for the video tutorial, I will just go with the wool. So we want to cover the whole from the upper, from the lower hopper line. We want to cover everything with wool. So 15 blocks of wool. And if you look from front, every furnace should now be covered, or 1 block above the furnace, there's now a wool block. And then we just put in 15 pieces of redstone on top. And we repeat the same process for the fuel line. So just place in 15 wool blocks, same height as the furnaces, and then place in 15 redstone dust. So afterwards we can now place comparators. So we want to check the inventory of the hoppers facing into the hoppers below. So these two, we just put here 2 comparators, then a block, a torch on every side, and then like this, and here also like this. So now we should end up with this configuration. We have the comparator facing into a block, into a redstone torch, and then again into a block and into a repeater. So this repeater should now be powered, and the same goes for this side. This repeater should now also be powered. Looks like that. So if we power now here a block, the whole line lights up, and if we power here a block, also this line lights up. Perfect. So what we want to do now is put in the pistons to move this block around. So we count 1, 2, 3, and on the third block we put in the place in the piston. So if it extends, it will basically power the line. And we repeat the same procedure for the other side, like that. And now we want to check if we have some items going in. For example, into the fuel line. I will grab for short some frames. Like that. And also some coal. For the bottom line, and I don't know, just some iron ore, for example, for the top line. So now we have everything labeled. And we can now read the outputs of chests, and we do that by just changing to another color. We will use gray wool now. Sorry, I misspelled gray. So basically you want to read the inventory of the hoppers below the chests. So we just place in here 1 wool block with a comparator, and here 1 wool block below the chest with another comparator. And what we're gonna do with them is, first of all, we will get the fuel line done. So we just go up 1 block, place in a redstone dust. Then we wanna place a repeater. So if any item is here, it will get the signal will get amplified. And then block on top facing into another redstone dust, and from there on we use slabs. Just a whole line. You leave a gap between the piston and the slab of 1 block, and there you just place in another full block. And then we cover everything with redstone dust, and now if we just place in some coal, for example, we end up with this configuration. And basically the piston should move the block 1 block forward. This line should be powered, and it should power and unpower every now and then to fill every single furnace with coal. As you can see here, now it's powered. It should unpower in a few seconds. Unpowered, now powered again. And how this works is basically if the items travel across this line, they can't be sucked up by the hoppers beneath, because this line is usually powered. And if the comparator detects the last item in this hopper, it will send a signal, unpower it for short, and then power it again. So all the items will get sucked down at once. So every hopper should now be filled at least with, every furnace should now be filled with at least 4 pieces of coal, as you can see here. So the items get distributed across the whole array. You can check it also very early, just throw in a stack of coal and you see if everything works or not. Yeah, then to the smeltable stuff line. So we place a block in front of this comparator, place there a redstone dust on top, go 1 block up, and just read with a repeater the signal of this block, and then just grab some slabs. Sorry, just build up 1 block again and then grab some slabs. And again, just leave 1 block between the slabs and the piston, place in there a full block, and cover everything with redstone. But we now extend, we now have more than a signal strength, more than a line of 15, I think. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. No, it should be fine. So it should be enough to power the whole line. And now we can do the same for the smeltable stuff. Just throw in a stack of iron ore. And again, 1 furnace or so won't lit up first, but it will lit up over time. That is mostly dependent on the ticks, or the ticks set on these two repeaters. If you set it, for example, to other ticks, this furnace will light up too. For example, if I put in here 1 tick more of delay, this one will light up too. Yeah, as you can see, here's another whole array is lit up, but you can just leave it on 1 tick. It will light up after some time. Just give it a few shots. And if you put in enough items, everything will get fired up. So yeah, that's basically all the technical stuff behind our furnace array. Now the item distribution system is working properly. And yeah, the last thing we have to do is hook up the redstone lamp so we can read the inventory. So I just grab another wool color. Just go with blue this time. And for example, as we build here some, I don't know, just grab some blocks. I don't know what to grab. It doesn't matter anyways, so yeah, just grab some sandstone. So we have here some sandstone and some stairs. Like this. So we can put our chest in this nice enclosure, so we can access all the items. And as you can see, the whole stack is smelted already. I can put in another one just to demonstrate it to you. It will get smelted too, and everything will be activated again. We cover the chest like this, and then just put, for example, a redstone torch here, a redstone lamp here. And that's basically our inventory reader of the fuel. And as you can see here, the smelting process has already started again. So we should, yeah, we see the items come in here into this chest very quickly. And yeah, just read the inventory of any hopper down here. So what it does is it ensures that at every given moment there's at least 1 stack of fuel in every hopper. So we just read the 3rd one here. In this case, it doesn't matter really which one you read. So we read now the inventory of this hopper here, and if we place in some coal here, it should get lit up. If we remove it again and the fuel is low, it should turn off. And what we do here is we just grab a repeater. Just place one redstone dust in front of the comparator into a repeater, and then just a line of redstone facing into this block beside the torch, beside the lamp. So if I place in now enough fuel, so the system has enough coal to work with, so now the coal will get distributed again, we should see that eventually this hopper will fill up. And as you can see now, we are showing by a turned on lamp that the fuel is here and everything is fine. So at some point we will end up, of course, with 64 items in here, in every single one. And then this hopper should start to fill up rapidly. I want to just speed it up, so I put in the coal manually. And so as this count goes up, we see here the lamp is still powered on. And if the inventory just gets low, if this lamp is off, you know that you have only one stack of fuel left in your furnace array, so it's time to put in some new fuel. And yeah, that's basically it. That's all I wanted to show you. You can of course decorate it, make it a little bit fancier. You can of course expand your inventory of the input chests, so just feel free to put any amount of hoppers and chests above. You can also put in some like crazy lines or hook them up to an automatic farm. So it's really up to you how many chests and how many inventory and what kind of stuff you want to just let to flow in here. So it's very customizable also, the inputs. And yeah, I hope you had fun watching the video. Of course, there's, as always, a Word download link in the video description. And yeah, with that said, I thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next video. See you. Bye bye.